Hello everyone. Welcome to the second session of Discovering Insights. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I'm Sneha Reddy, working as Assistant Professor at Geetham University, Hyderabad campus. Now, I will be explaining you the importance of insights, researching existing solutions, and observing people in different types of interior spaces. Here we go into the next slides. So first, we'll see what are the importance of insights in interior designing. So before that, let me just give you a brief of what is interior designing. It is a way to transform lives of people who enjoy to live in a certain space. As an interior designer, we focus more over functionality, safety, and aesthetics for any type of building. So the building need not have to be a residential, need not have to be a commercial space. Irrespective of the building typology, all these aspects needs to be catered to. So before you start, understanding what are the different types of insight processes. So first we'll say what is an insight. It is a deeper understanding of the end user or the client. So, how deep you understand a particular problem plays a very important role to evolve a better design. So, there are certain aspects that needs to be considered whenever we start designing for a particular problem. So, those are like who, for whom you have to design, then what are you trying to do out of it? What is the necessity of a particular problem? Is your problem or is your solution catering to that particular need or not? So that needs to be considered. Where, so where are you placing those elements, or is it fitting with the context, or is it fitting with the client brief or not, plays a very important role. Next is when. So when are you doing it? Either you say it the timeline, or when do you have to do it? Plays a very, or it should, when comes in interior designing, is you will have to go with the context basically. So when is the timeline, or when is the era that you're using for your particular concept of interior designing. So that is why when plays a very important role whenever you do an interior designing aspect. Then why are you doing it? So whenever you approach a particular problem, you will have to think why plays a very important role. It will help you in design decision making process. So that is why these particular aspects needs to be considered whenever you're designing an interior space. Next is optimize space utilization. So whenever you get a space to design, you will have to make the best out of the space that is provided. Then to create energy efficient spaces. Now, whenever you design a space, you will have to design it with the natural factors that are already available, like the sunlight, the wind, or different types of spaces. So the better your natural lighting, better your natural ventilation, lesser would be the burden on the artificial sources, or lesser would be the burden on the environment from your side. Then to create a comfortable environment to live. So whenever you design a space, you will have to design in such a way that the user feels comfortable whenever they are using your space. So that plays a very important role. Then create a place for everyone and every necessity. So place for everyone plays a very important role. Then transform vision into reality. So whenever you're designing an interior space, transformation of vision into reality plays a very important role. Now, if you have a certain idea, like you wanted a space to look like this, so how you have to make it into reality, your insight plays a very important role. So your deeper understanding into that particular problem will help your vision to convert into reality. So this is one thing. Next is, there are different steps that needs to be performed for an insight in interior designing. It includes investigation. You will have to investigate a particular problem, explore it, evaluate it, then invention, ability to understand the user. So whenever you get a problem, you will have to investigate, explore more on what were the different types of solutions that were available, Then you will have to evaluate. Now, if it is good or not, you will have to evaluate with your own self, and then you, if at all there is something that is lacking in the design of the product, you will have to invent from your side. So that's how invention plays a very important role in interior designing. Then ability to understand the user. You will have to understand what the user requires. Then understanding the client brief. So you will have to understand what the client requires. So for this case, there are what we usually do is we find out what the client's lifestyle is, or his background, his family lifestyle, what are their likes and dislikes. How do they place their furniture? What is the type of arranging their elements in their house. So all these things will give you a better understanding, a deeper understanding of the client brief. So that's how you will have to understand the client brief in a deeper perspective to give a better designing. So that is how client brief plays a very important role in terms of insight. Then study the socio-cultural factors, that is the family background or the lifestyle of their family. So that plays a very important role. They shows how their traditions are. Are they too, they wanted interiors to be more modern, or they wanted to look it more traditional. So all these likes and dislikes have to be understood at the client brief itself, that particular area. Next is aesthetics and economics plays a very important role. Now, designing is one aspect, and creating it, to look more aesthetically pleasing plays a very important role. And at the same time, economics, that is the budget, plays a very important role whenever you design any kind of space. Then avoid too many elements. Now, suppose if you have a space of about 10 feet by 10 feet, it's a room for that case. You want different elements to be placed. You cannot place them because as you enter that particular space, you feel very uncomfortable. You don't feel like staying in such spaces. So that's why to create very good space, it's always good to be on the minimalistic side. Create with very few elements. You can do wonders with it actually. So it's always good to avoid elements, too many elements. Okay, so next is there are few more points designed to evolve with the needs. So you will have to evolve with the need of the user. Then innovative design. Your design has to be very innovative. Then design for all. You will have to design for all. So you will have to take the demographics, or you will have to understand what are the different age groups in a particular family, or suppose if it's for a kids room, you will have to design in terms of a kids perspective. Suppose or even you will have to design it for disabled people also. So it's not necessary that everyone, all the age groups have to fit. At the same time, you will have to involve the disabled strategies or the disabled standards also whenever you're designing any kind of interior space. So basically, you will have to design a comfortable space for everyone. So that is why designing for all plays a very important role. Then strategic planning or inspirational drawings. So whenever you're doing, or whenever you're catering to a particular problem, inspiration plays a very, very important role. So you will have to place strategic planning or inspirational drawings plays a very important role. You will have to take inspiration from the previously done problems. So that's how you can you can get inspired. You can get better designs whenever you have an inspiration which is already set for a particular problem. So it will help you in taking design decisions. So inspirational drawings play a very important role whenever you get a design problem. Next thing is concept development. So your concept plays a very important role. So this can be in the form of a sketch. So you can actually sketch your concepts, your theme for a particular interior product or a interior designing space. So concept development plays a very, very important role whenever you're designing an interior space. Then design development. So designing a particular space is one part. The next important part is to go to the detail of your particular design. So that's how design development process, it makes your design more viable, and the better your details you give, the more practical your design becomes. So that is how design development plays a very important role whenever you are designing an interior space. Next is researching existing solutions. Now, researching existing solutions is nothing but you're researching a particular problem. Suppose, for example, you have a particular problem. There are different types of solutions which were already given by different kinds of people. Now, you will have to find out how they have catered to that particular problem. Find out the key point in that particular problem, and if you really feel it satisfies the needs of the client, then you can actually use it in your designing. Or else, if you really feel that there is something which is lagging in the designing, you can suggest from your side, you can give an innovative solution for that particular problem. Now here I've given you an example of a room divider. For example, you have a larger space for a living, and your client comes and says that I don't want to use it for a living space, I want to use it for living and dining both, but they shouldn't be close by. So at that time, what comes to your mind is your room divider. That's how you can divide your room into two spaces. Now you're dividing a room, there are n number of options that are available in the market. Like either you say you have CNC designing panels, or you have CNC with glass, or different types of designing room dividers. So here your efficiency in design plays a very important role. On suppose you will have to give more storage space, so your room divider can have a proper storage space, at the same time it acts as a room divider. So that is how you create different innovative solutions to a particular problem. Now it helps in design decision making process. Now the better you research, the better is your design decision making process. So here your problem, solution, and the final result. So your research basically plays a very important role to tell if it's a success or a failure. So it happens with your research process. So that is why research with the existing solutions plays a very important role. Mm, Next thing is observing people. So whenever you approach for a particular problem, you will have to observe people. You will have to listen to their views or their ideas of what they really wanted, or how they want their space to look like in future. So listening plays a very important role that you will have to do. Then engage people, then observe. You will have to observe them to find out what their real problem is, and how better you can actually give them better solutions. So that's how observing people plays a very important role. Then design innovative solution to elevate those. So you will have to design the innovative solution for it. Then experimentally evaluate tools to see if they actually help people. You will have to evaluate different types of tools, so to see if they actually help people or help your end user or not. So that is why observing people plays a very important role. Next is being case specific example. That is, for example, here these are few case studies to explain you how insights play an important role. At the same time, how you can create the best out of the spaces that are provided. Now, if you have a space which is very narrow, or which is very you don't have much space for storage. So, for example, in Mumbai areas, you have such spaces like this where you have niches which are designed. So, why to make it a negative space? You can use it as a space for wardrobe or any type of storage spaces. So this is how you can think innovatively by not wasting spaces, by utilizing the maximum areas that are provided in an interior space. So that is how you can design. On the right side part, if you can see, these are patterns on flooring. Now this is a narrow corridor which leads into a larger living space, and how well you can design it is with the colors, with the lighting, and the materials. So these are three different are the patterns. So these are a few aspects that needs to be considered. Now here, if you can see, the flooring pattern that is provided in this particular narrow space acts as a direction, and at the same time, it the colors, the colors that are chosen makes it look larger. So that is how there are separate, different types of techniques that can be used to make a space look, larger. So the and interesting with the patterns. So this is one aspect. Next thing on the left side, the bottom, you can see a partition space which is created with a console, and you can use it for storage also. So here your purpose of aesthetics is scattered, your space division is scattered. At the same time, you can use it as a storage space. So that is the best part of having such type of designs. Then next type of case specific is here on the left side corner, topmost part. If you can see, these are storage spaces. Now you can design it more innovatively with TV units or with storage spaces wherever is possible in your spaces. Then next thing is your lighting. Lighting plays a very important role whenever you design an interior space. Now, designing with your decor or designing with your interior wall finishes, lighting plays an important role. So you will have to throw light onto a particular aspect. So that creates a sense of interest. So that is why lighting plays a very important role whenever you design an interior space. And next thing is, whenever you have a blank wall, it's you have to think on how well you can design it or how interestingly you can design it. So here, this is an example which will show a blank wall and with niches which is fitted with mirrors. So here you are creating a sense of interest with a blank wall. So these are different types of techniques that can be used to create a beautiful space or an interesting space in interiors. Next thing, thinking out of the box. Now here on the left side, if you can see, there is a wardrobe which is provided with one color. So how you come out of the monotonous designing is by creating a band with a glass. So that's how you come out of the box by, giving two different materials and breaking the monotony with different types of materials and creating a sense of interest in your particular interior spaces. So basically, you will have to think out of the box whenever you start designing an interior space. So by this, I would like to conclude my speech, and thank you one and all for giving me a chance to explain you about the Discover Insights. Thank you.